how we been? Not too hungover from the weekend, I hope.
Better than you two.
Oi, watch it. So what have we got?
Well, it looks like a crucifixion gone wrong.
How can a crucifixion go wrong? You hang them up, they suffocate. It's easy. Don't tell me they got pulled into nailing up another tax inspector.
No, nothing like that. It looks like this victim, he might have been innocent.
Well, what's that to us? If the trial was rigged, it would need a judicial review.
Thing is, sir, that would be a bit public. You see, the victim was a cult leader who preached in the past. They're saying that he healed people and raised them from the dead. Interestingly, he wanted his operations kept quiet, but people brought it to the publicity of the media, so it's all a bit sensitive.
I think I know who you mean. My wife went to one of his meetings once. Said there was something different about him. His eyes or something. It's a typical woman's perspective.
Pretend I didn't hear that.
How great for me. So you grasped him?
Well, most likely one of the Jewish priests. They've been looking to get rid of him for a while. Apparently he was stealing their thunder. You see, he said he was the Messiah, the Son of God, and people believed him, at least for a bit. One of his disciples was bribed to hand him over.
Was anything he did or said criminal or seditious?
No, no criminal history at all. And, yeah.
Those Jews produce messiahs like rabbits, and every single time those stuffed-shirted priests get all nervous. I've seen a few messiahs hung up in my time, and their glory soon faded when they were hyperventilating in the rain. Be interesting to see what makes this one any different. Alright, have we been able to pull any kind of forensic evidence from the crime scene?
Yeah. Yes, we do have some forensic evidence that I'll be bringing back to the lab for further analysis.
And I've got a team going over to Mount Calvary, also known as Golgotha, and see if we can find the useful there.
Okay, I want a complete diagnostic done. And has anyone been able to track down his family?
Yes, we've tracked down his mother Mary. We'll be paying her a visit later and find out what she knows.
Okay, great work. I want you two back in the lab for now. You've got a lot to go over.
Yes, sir.
So what makes you so special, Jesus of Nazareth? Who would go to so much trouble to see you die such a horrific death? Something's not right about this case. Excuse me, you there. I need to ask you a few questions if you don't mind.
Excuse me, sir. Can I see your ID? Need to make sure you're not from the press.
I'm from the CSI, thanks. Now you were part of the crucifixion team, yes?
Here I am. Well, I was not. Used to be.
Used to be.
Yeah, I've been doing the job for a while now. Cleaned up more camp than you had loads jobs. But today it was somehow different.
Flattery won't get you anywhere. And I'm surprised you were let in the army with those knobbly knees and flat feet. Now you listen here, soldier, you tell me what happened.
Listen, I get in a lot of trouble for even talking to you.
And you can get in a lot more trouble for withholding evidence. Now listen, we can do this quickly or privately. Or we can do this via a televised inquiry. Now listen, just go back to the beginning and tell me how it started.
Fine. We're told to bring in this cult leader, Jesus. The orders come from up top. Possibility of riots is making the government nervous. We're told to scourge.
Scourge.
Yes. Brutal punishment. And God was whipping and beating a prisoner to an inch of his life. I'd say it was different.
Different. Different how?
Well, we were torturing this guy. But he was silent. I mean, he brought everything we threw at him. I mean, I've done whipping, I've done waterboarding, you name it. I've had tough rebel leaders howling. Jesus? None.
Wow. Sounds like quite a guy. So who authorised the use of torture?
Pilate, sir. Jesus, it was incredible. I mean, I've had men built 10 times bigger than him, crying like a girl, begging me for her lives. But Jesus, not so much as a guard.
So what happened after he was scourged?
Well, it's up to me.
man to his death because the crowd said so.
Listen, did it wrong. I just followed orders, like a good soldier does. Orders from the governor, not from the crowd.
Okay, I'm sorry. I guess our worthy governor has got some explaining to do. But why did the crowds turn against him after he'd done so much for them?
I don't know. Maybe the priest got him up. Though, some say it was foretold. Listen, all I'm saying is, if I knew now what I did then, I would have nothing to do with it.
That's if you had a choice. So you led him to Mount Calvary to be crucified, and you was definitely sure it was Jesus of Nazareth.
Tony, see, the sacred part of the temple. Like I said, he was whipped, he was beaten. He was losing a lot of blood. We made him carry his cross of Golgotha.
You scowl!
Grab the horse and guard the crowds and help him.
Are you there with the fluff hair? Pick up his cross.
I'm a businessman, here for the Passover. Shrieking.
Sir, what happened when you got to the top?
Well, we nailed him to the beams of the cross. Through nails in his feet and nails in his hands. It's the most effective way to crucify somebody. Because it literally forces her whole body weight upon the nails in the hands and the nails in his feet, which cause shooting pains and muscle spasms, which cause her chest cavity to constrict. Prison literally hangs there, where the oxygen squeezed out of her.
I'm familiar with the details, thanks. I've seen it enough times. There are more humane ways of disposing of dangerous men. But this would go on for hours, yes?
Yeah. The only way a bruiser can take a breath is by pushing on the nails in his feet, which cause shooting pains and further muscle spasms.
And this is what happened with Jesus of Nazareth.
Well, yeah. So he hung on to it, pushed himself up, took a breath,
And what?
spoke.
Hanging there in that much pain, and he was talking. Well, what did he say?
He said, Father, forgive them.
Okay, I've got what I need, thanks. You can go. Now, I wonder what that means. I mean, they knew what they were doing all right. Banging up another peasant that just thought he was a theologian that just made those suits nervous. But what if he was something else? Ah, I'm sick of these jacked up cases. What was that? I think I need a holiday.